I recently did a video talking about my experience as a bar manager in Soy 6 here in Pattaya. And for me, it blew up. I got over 1,000 new subscribers and over 100,000 views. So I thought I'd do another video answering some questions I was asked and maybe share some more stories. But before I start, I wanted to mention once again that I'm no expert. This is just my thoughts from my personal experience. Not everyone's going to have the same thoughts, opinions, and views of me, and that's okay. This is just for entertainment, so let's answer some questions. Now, the Queen Victoria is a restaurant and hotel located right on Soy 6. The food's pretty good. They also have daily specials and a Sunday roast that's one of the best I've come across. I was told the rooms cost between $550 and $650 per month, depending on a budget or a standard room. And I was asked if I would recommend this place. I personally wouldn't recommend the Queen Victoria, but everyone's different. It's right in the middle of the Soy, and if you're trying to sleep before the bars close, good luck. I personally never seen the rooms, but I have a good idea. I'm also not a big fan of staying in a small hotel with a big restaurant. With that being said, if you're coming to Soy 6 to hang out, it's definitely convenient. Moving on, a lot of guys were asking me about how to find a new girl, which is extremely easy. Just ask the manager or the mama-san, but make sure you're clear about them being new to the industry and not new to the bar. These girls move from bar to bar pretty regularly, usually because they don't get along with one of the other girls. Here's the truth. Do you want a new girl who's shy, awkward, and overall a bore in the bedroom, and is probably coming from a village and can't speak a word of English? Or would you rather spend your time talking and laughing with a nice girl who knows what you want and knows how to deliver? If you hit it off, she can show you around, where these new girls, they haven't been off the Soy and they really can't show you anything. Just something to keep in mind. Do the managers get discounts? Yes and no. As a manager, you're not allowed to sleep with any of the girls at your bar. And if the bar next door is owned by the same company, you're not allowed to sleep with any of those girls either. Now, as a cover manager, the company I worked for had 26 bars. So because I could be managing any of those bars, I wasn't allowed to sleep with any of the girls at any of those bars. Now, with that being said, everyone was breaking the rules. But if they catch you, they will fire you. Now, I didn't know it when I started, but being a manager definitely has its benefits. There's definitely many girls who wanted to fuck the managers. You definitely become friendly with these girls, working together day after day. And regardless if you say you won't catch feelings for a girl, it's not long before a fight breaks out between a jealous manager getting mad because a girl he's sleeping with is going with a customer. It's just bad for business. So how long was my shift? 8 hours. The first half of Soy 6 closes at 1 and the second half closes at 2. So I would come at 5 or 6 depending on what bar I was working at. So why are the girls so pushy? Well, one reason is because managers like me getting onto the girls, telling them to get out on the street and get some customers into the bar. It's our job to keep the bar full, and if you don't say anything to them, they'll just sit up front and walk back and forth while they play on their phone. But then there's other girls that need money for one reason or another, and they'll go after every guy that walks up and down the street. How many guys do the girls have each night? Honestly, it depends on the girl. Some are beautiful and been doing this a long time, and will have regular customers that come in every day. I've seen some girls walk downstairs, and 10 minutes later, they're right back upstairs. Then there's other girls that we'll have to talk to and then tell them if they're not working that they're going to have to go. There's this one girl that worked for the company for a while. She wasn't the prettiest, but she had a unique look and a nice personality. A lot of couples and guys would come talk with her and buy her drinks pretty regularly, but I personally only seen her go with a few customers a couple times. So in short, some girls would have 5, 6, 7 or more customers a night, and other girls wouldn't have that all month. Okay, here's a good one. Do the girls take fake shots? Some do, but most of the girls are going to drink what you buy them. As a manager, there's many nights I was shit-faced and a customer would come in and start buying me shot after shot that I would have to replace. There was these two guys, they'd come in to whatever bar I was working at and they would get me fucked up. They'd feed me Sambuca shot after shot, and I'm not a big fan of Sambuca. Now, when customers would get all crazy and start buying me rack after rack of tequila, I'd walk back to the bartender and tell him to fill it with water and then just top it off with tequila, just in case the customer wanted a smell, they wouldn't get mad. So I knew these guys were coming in, and I told the bartender to fill all these shots up with water and then just top it off with Sambuca. But this bartender knew more than me, and she was telling me no, trying to explain to me. But I wasn't understanding, so she poured some water and some sambuca together, and it looked all milky. So these guys came in, and they got me fucking trashed again.
Every night it gets you fucking loaded. So, here we go.
How much do looks matter? In my opinion, if you present yourself well, take a shower, brush your teeth, maybe slap on some cologne, and tell a few jokes while having fun, looks aren't that important to most. But there's always a princess in the bunch. A lot of these guys can be rude and aggressive with these girls, so when a nice guy comes in, they can appreciate it. Sometimes 4 guys would come in, buy 1 beer and 1 lady drink, and try to pass around a girl while groping her, and that's when I had to step in and be a manager. There was this one guy that would come in pretty regularly, nerdy looking guy, a bit overweight, but the nicest guy ever, always fucking laughing around and joking with the girls. He wouldn't spend that much money, and this guy would never take any of the girls home or upstairs. He really didn't even drink that much. But the girls loved him, and I know for a fact at least 2 of them offered to pay for their own bar fine just to go home with him. How many new girls versus old girls? When I first started managing, the world was just opening back up, and they were recruiting girls left and right, bringing them in every day. But most of the bars now are pretty fully staffed, so I wouldn't imagine they're flowing in quite as fast as they used to. But there's always more pros versus amateurs in any bar. Drugs. So I was wondering before I started if there was going to be a drug scene that I was going to be exposed to. But in my personal experience as a manager, I've never seen it. Now what the girls do upstairs in the dorm or in the bathroom, I couldn't tell you. But I personally don't look for it. Is it worth it to buy a bar in Soy 6? That's a tough one. It's a hard business. What are you going to do different that all the other bars in Soy 6 aren't already doing? How are you going to keep and find girls? How are you going to find a mama's son? In a business like this, you're going to have to pay the right people to stay in business and not be harassed. Not to mention all the regular protocols to meet to open any business. In my opinion, if you've never managed a bar here, or at least lived here for a few years, I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, this video is taking me forever. My audio keeps getting interrupted by motorbikes driving outside, but what are you going to do? I hope this answers some questions, and I personally want to thank all my new and old subscribers. I really appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, you can check out my online store and buy some Pattaya merch, along with countless other designs done by yours truly. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next time.
Come on. Go. Leo. Come on.